Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Today we are August 30th, just at the end of August, coming into a new month. So I love getting together with the group, a little group of people who come together and we talk and we share before the session actually takes place so that I can kind of structure and get some feedback. So if you don't want to miss out on those gold nuggets, please join me live, reach out and I'll send you out that Zoom link so you can join us. So the thing that we're going to deal with today is mold within the body and how it impacts the physical brain, and the gut is what's coming up as really important. So digestion and also immune response is coming up, that it affects immunoresponse. And also the lungs. I could feel a real heaviness within the lungs. So we're going to do this strategically. I feel like doing it all at once is going to be too burdensome. So the first place we want to go ahead and do is a repair to the immune function. We want to do a repair to the innate and the adaptive immune system. It's like it's got that mold around it. It's really sluggish. So if anyone has experienced mold, whether it be an actual mold contamination within their house, or in they're ingesting it through their food, and also mold is naturally occurring in the air. So there's mold spores moving around all the time. Now, there's nothing that we could do about that, but we want to make sure that our bodies are able to adapt and also seek out and destroy. So before it starts to do any kind of influence on our body or land inside our body. I'm feeling really dizzy. So we're going to support this both the adaptive, but we're going to use the innate immune system. So that immune system that you got from your mother in those early years through being born, you go through the vaginal canal. There's already a release there. And, you get that massaging from being born through the canal, and your skin, your baby's skin, or you as a baby, where you pick up you get kind of coated in this immunity from your mother's immune system. And then when you breastfeed or you receive your mother's milk, her milk is always adapting to the baby's needs. It's fascinating. So we're using that innate immune system to help support the adaptive immune system. And we need to link them together because they're not really in good communication. So we're going to do a repair on the communication between the adaptive and the innate immune system. And this is going to support your innate immune system to function better, to do a search and destroy, or, do protection. So that these invaders never, specifically with mold in this session, but in general, they don't, to get to it before, like preventative medicine, that it kind of cuts it off before it even starts. And we're going to bring in actually the nurturing aspect of mother to this adaptive immune system. So we're going to bring in that nurturing energy from that maternal matrix linked to your mother. Oh, I just feel so relaxed. Oh, my arms just relaxed. I don't feel like I need to hold myself up. So I'm fully supported in this moment. Oh, I just feel like I could fall asleep now. I don't know. You could feel for yourself what your body is doing, where there's contraction, if it's releasing. Oh, my breath is even opening up. So we're bringing in that nurturing capacity from mother, or from your mother, that maternal lineage, and that divine feminine. The feminine essence is nurturing and nourishment. So we're using that to nurture and nourish, and this is going to strengthen your adaptive immune system. Wow, I could feel them. They're like, yum, 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 yum. And they could feel them getting stronger and kind of shaking off the same old, shaking, like dusting themselves off. We're gonna bring in hydration. Oh, and they're a little bit kind of weak, so we're gonna bring in therapeutic doses of vitamin C to the adaptive immune system. Ooh, they're getting nice and strong. Could feel them already starting to launch through my body and go to this all of the cells or the organs or even within the skin or the meat of my body, anywhere there's mold that's kind of settled or hiding. So we'll do I'm going to put a little bit of spit into my navel, and we're going to launch a, you could do that for yourself as well, a search and destroy of mold hiding within the body. And this is can create digestive upset. It can create mental fog, confusion. I'm seeing it also affecting the lungs and the capacity to take in breath. And then also the lungs and the colon release. That's they work with grief to release. You're releasing all of the time. When you cough or you talk, there's a natural release happening. When you go to the bathroom, you're releasing, you're letting go. And so there's a little bit of a stickiness here where there's a consciousness. Well, that's coming into going through the ancestral line. So this is an eighth chakra influence within the lungs and the colon, that large intestines that has to do with letting go and feeling guilty, or guilty is really a big one. Shame, no. Um, Guilty, and the sentence is, well, I'm going to be judged or abandoned or rejected by my family. It's specific to family if I don't do things the way they did. So bringing in something new. So this could be, any pathology. Well, this is just the way it's done within my family. But what if that way is pathological? So you can think for yourself. I'm going to link this to the prefrontal cortex. It could be anything within your family line, from um, we're always loyal no matter what. We're loyal to the family no matter what, even if there's toxicity, even if there's abuse. Yeah, but it's my mother. Yeah, but it's my grandfather. Yeah, but. So anywhere you're feeling justified or you're giving excuses for an action or someone else's behavior or even for your own, you know that there's a little bit of dysfunction here. We're not talking about those rituals that you have within your family. Let's say it's a holiday and, everyone, I don't know, brings a pumpkin and I don't know, just throwing things out there. Those rituals that you have, that you come together in communal support and you have a good time. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those pathologies that are passed down the family. So whether that be blame victim, it's not my fault, blaming the parents or your forefathers for your experience, or it could be blaming life or feeling resentful or not not quite. It's just so like it's under the radar. So I could see the pathologies within my family. And so you'll have to think about your own, and we'll start to untwist this. Things that are handed down from generation to generation, to start breaking those same old so that new beginnings can happen, those new ways of doing things can happen. The curiosity can come in. Um, and that automatically, I could see them. There's nothing for that old stagnation for the mold to grow upon. It's like, well, if it's clean, if it's new, if it's fresh, got a fresh fruit, it's usually not growing mold on it. It's only when it hangs around and it's stagnant. So you can think about even stagnant water, it can grow a film on it. So we're going to get these. I'm just coming up with loyalties to the way that my family's done it in terms of pathology. And that's going to leave it so open because I can't, I'm tuning into the world here. So it's impossible for me to say every single one. Just some examples. I'm going to tune into my own, and then you do the same thing. And we're going to start to untwist this. We're going to dump this as an eighth chakra influence that would that kind of encourages mold to stagnate and to grow within your body, especially in the lungs. They're starting to go. We'll bring in a nice hydration, specifically easy water. So, easy water is the fourth stage of water, and this helps with cellular regeneration within the muscles and the cells. So, oh, it feels like effervescent in my brain. It's like it's coming and kind of cleaning out all of the nooks and crannies within my brain where we've got those stagnations. So, I'm going to dump this out. I'm going to link it to diaphragm, small intestines so that it can start to release, and tap this into your brain so that your brain goes, okay, remembering these new formulas. This is the new healthy formula from which to function. We tap the heart in body talk. This is your heart brain. So I use this example because I used to teach. Teachers don't say, remember it by brain. We say, remember it by heart. Remember it by heart. So the heart's going to remember these new healthy mechanisms or these new healthy formulas, this new healthy way of being. And then we tap the gut brain, the enteric brain, the intuitive brain, that reptilian. Nope, the enteric brain. That's the gut. That's where intuition. All right, I'm going to go and do a scan now. Where I'm being brought to now is also the brain. So we're going to the back. So I'm feeling contraction in that occipital brain. This has to do with sight. So we're going to do any moldy sight. So seeing through the filters of stagnation or that same old, or not seeing really what's in front of you, not actually paying attention to what is, but seeing through those kind of moldy filters. So we're going to bring in, we're going to do a repair to the sense of sight through the occipital, and we're going to bring in that healthy, that adaptive immune system now to do a search and destroy through that optic nerve. Oh, there it goes. That's going to clean up your actual sense of sight. And then we're going to do a dumping through the subtle sense. So, you can say seeing past the illusion, or when someone says something, or they do something, you're like, oh, that looks kind of disingenuous, or that doesn't look sincere, like it looks put on. So wherever those lenses are, or not seeing the magic around you, that the magnificence of your day, even if things are hard, even if things are in struggle, or even if things feel a little tricky at the moment, there's always that the gratitude or seeing the magic of your life. What will help to dispel those moldy filters on that subtle sense of sight. Okay, I'm taking a breath, see what's happening here. I'm itchy in the ears and my mouth has gone dry. So we're going to bring in allergens. We're going to dump any kind of allergens and intolerances to mold spores, whether that be environmental. It's coming up as environmental. And then we're going to link that to your Wei Qi for protection. So we're going to link that to liver time, so that the Wei Qi, that protective coating, is doing its work, that it's nice and fortified. And there's some scarring and some dips within the Wei Qi that I'm seeing, some openings and some thinning. So we need to do a repair to the Wei Qi. So the Wei Qi comes out maybe about 3 inches above, and then it also sits a little bit below. So it goes into the body as well as a protective. So we're going to bring in a repair to the Wei Qi to fortify it, to strengthen it. If it's indented anyway, like pop it out so it's nice and flat, like in line. And it has a definition here, an emotional definition of guilt. We got to dump that guilt off of the Wei Qi. Guilt. It's really come as the guilt for doing things differently. Guilt for doing things differently. Or guilt for acting not the same as my family. We got to dump that. We're actually going to anchor it to the heart for individuation. Oh, there it goes. All right, friends. Feels complete. There's this week's healing. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope that serves you and you start feeling some more movement within your body. Please drink a lot of water because we did do a lot of body chemistry and dumping. So you may notice your body detoxing. So you may be a little bit stinky under the armpits. You may have to go to the bathroom more often. Maybe you'll be more thirsty. Please listen to your body's cues. But I would recommend please drink plenty of water. If you feel you need to rest, then rest. Eat some good food, whatever that means for you. And if you'd like to work privately, please reach out. Also, on a very quick note, I am launching my new website as of September 1st. So I have a bunch of pre-sale, pre-launch specials on my website. You can go and download sessions for releasing emotion and moving stagnant emotions stuck within the body. And those are half off. So those are only half off, 50% off until tomorrow. So if you want to take advantage, go ahead and check out my website at www.mmarzuk, spell that for you, MARCZUK.com. And if you have any trouble, shoot me a little message here or send me a little message on YouTube and I'll reach out to you personally. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you all next week.